Show Steel City live. Just a little impromptu session tonight here. Going live, just talking about the news of the Pittsburgh Steelers a little bit, what's going on. I also wanted to bring up a little bit of an interesting article I had read about how the Pittsburgh Steelers may have a little bit of drama inside of their quarterback room with two players like Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. I want to talk about that a little bit. Also, maybe we'll dive into some more of the draft stuff. Also, Cameron Sutton's still on the run. That's kind of crazy to me. I'm starting to kind of get worried here a little bit about maybe something crazy going on. Hold on. Let me take that off, guys. I had the headphones on. I don't want to do that. So we'll get that off there. If you can hear me, let me know. What's up, George? Uh, like I said, a little bit of an impromptu session here tonight. So we'll see how this all goes. We usually don't go live here on the regular daylight or weekday or weekends rather. Sorry about that. So again, guys, we're going live here just for a little bit and maybe about 45 minutes, maybe something like that. I'm gonna check my actual volume here on my mic to see how this is working. All right, sounds good on my computer. Good deal. Okay. All right, guys. What I wanted to bring up was that article I had read. Well, it wasn't an article. Well, it was an article on the internet that I had read, but it was on the TV show where I think it might have been like a first take type thing, to where there was a couple people on there talking about how the Pittsburgh Steelers might have some distension or some sort of trouble maybe with having two players like Justin Wilson, Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields. That I'm kind of wondering that myself. Are these going to be two big personalities? Justin Fields drafted pretty decently high, a guy that went to the Bears to be kind of the savior of that franchise, to be the starter. They had really high hopes for him. Didn't end up panning out the way that they wanted it to. Russell Wilson winning a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks, losing one on the last second and an interception against the Patriots and Tom Brady, a guy that really did big things in Seattle, then moves on to the Denver Broncos, and maybe it doesn't go in terms of wins the way they want it to. Russell wasn't a bad player there, but it may not have just went and wins the way they had hoped. And now you move both of those big time personalities, both basically on non-long term type deals. Guys that are going to come in there and going to be fighting for that locker room, going to be fighting for the the loyalty of the guys around them inside of that building. I'm just wondering to myself if this is going to be a problem. Many people are starting to say that, and it's starting to puzzle me a little bit. What's up, Robert? A lot of noise out there in the national media. QB advice from Mr. Butt Fumble. We all know Wilson is the starter. Yeah, no doubt. But what I'm trying to say is like their personalities. Is that going to cause like distension inside of the locker room? I think Russell Wilson is the clear cut starter. I think he should be the clear cut starter no matter what. I don't think there should be any type of competition in that building for the starting job in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going into the 2024 season here. I don't think that there should be any question who should be that guy. But you look at how this is all transpiring and how this room is shaking out. You got two big names out there in that building, and it just makes you wonder if something's going to go down or if this is going to be a butting of the heads. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But it seems like a lot of people are definitely saying that, which is weird to me. I just don't know what to really think about it. And it kind of prompted me to kind of do this show today and kind of just get on and see what was happening out there with everybody. What's up, Joshua, Robert, 24K, Keith, Richard? Competition is king. Competition is king. And I think it breeds like a winner's environment. You're getting everybody pumped up. The juices are flowing, man. But Russell Wilson should have this job. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like Justin Fields has to catch his breath sometime, has to figure this shit out, man. He doesn't anticipate well. He fumbles a lot. He throws interceptions. This guy just doesn't have it all together just yet. And it just makes you wonder, if he would even be ready, maybe does just the change of scenery really just make him that much better? And I don't know if the answer would be yes to that question. What's up, 24K? He says, hey, Jason, what's up, brother? By the way, I got those mango things, and I've already eaten 2 bags of them. Dude, I told you they were good as hell, man. I told you. I'm on these lollipop kicks again. Me and my son my son and I went to get our haircuts today, and we stopped at the Five Below. They got mad candy there, 24K, if you ever want to go candy shopping. Fields has never caused any problems from Robert. I don't foresee him causing problems. I'm wondering, though, with their personalities, if it'll create a distension in that locker room is where I'm kind of heading with it. And I don't know if it will. It may not. Russell seems like a decent dude, Justin seems like a quiet young man, like to where I don't think he would do that. I don't think so. You've never heard of any issues. You've heard of some shit manufactured about Russell that I don't really think was warranted. You hear some of his teammates speak out, and they're not singing the same tune as some of the others in the media are trying to portray about him. Kevin Primus, what's up? Structurally, Fields needs to play less than 50% of the time. All the conflict is in the media. 51%. Yeah, if he plays 51% of the snaps, he's going to cost the Steelers a 4th-round pick. Still wouldn't be a terribly large price to pay for him, I don't think. But man, guys, what about this May 2 thing to where they really got to get this? They got to get something figured out with Justin Fields. They have Russell Wilson locked up for this $1.2 million deal. We get that. And if he succeeds and he takes the Steelers to new heights and new places that Mike Tomlin hasn't seen in quite some time with his Steelers team, they're going to be looking probably to get him back signed and get him under contract to continue that. For a few years, like a late career type of some of these other quarterbacks that have went later in their career to other places and found success. Then you're looking at Justin Fields, though. You can't pay him that 5th-year option, in my opinion. I think you got to figure out how to get him signed before May 2 on a cheaper deal for a couple years at least. And I think if you're Mike Tomlin, you need to sit Justin Fields down and talk to him and kind of say, hey, man, you're going to end up floundering in the NFL here. This is probably your best landing spot. You need to take this time and figure yourself out, and it ain't all about money right now. Money will come to you long term if you figure out how to have success. You figure out how to be a pro quarterback. I think that would be the most important question, the most important thing for Justin Fields right now and Mike Tomlin to say to Justin Fields. Like, this has got to be it, man. You got to figure it out here because you're going to end up being a career backup at best, if not, Let's keep going. Keith Richard Wilson is in great shape. Absolutely, guys. I posted that in my video the other day where in one of our daily uploads, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, to where Russell Wilson looks to be fit, guys. Looks to be really, really solid right now. Looks to be a guy that really is hungry. And that's a good thing to see for a 35-year-old guy. He looks in shape. He's saying all the right things. He's doing all the right things. He's talking good about the city, his teammates. He's really immersed himself in it so far. We'll see how it keeps going, Hopefully continues to keep rolling in this direction for Russell Wilson, but he definitely looks in good shape. What's up, JD? JD in the house. Kevin Primus, also Chooks, Deontay, and Kenny all showed how long you last when you stir up. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. Shout out Chase Claypool. Yeah, you saw what happened to him too. A guy that claimed him to be a top 3 wide receiver in the league that couldn't be top 3 ever. Probably he's bad, man. Couldn't catch easy passes. Kind of couldn't even run block when he got to Chicago. It was quite the disaster for the Chicago Bears with that trade. And I'm glad he got out of Pittsburgh. Remember whenever the Steelers were 7-0 and you heard Chase Chase Claypool says, losing, yeah, I've never heard of her. And then the Steelers went, and won 5 games for the rest of the season and really stumbled. And all he could do was TikToks with Juju, and that's another reason I hear people always say, bring Juju, trade for Juju, get him back. I'm not down for the TikTok bullshit anymore. I want players that are worrying about playing football. I don't know what he does now. Maybe he's changed his ways a little bit. You can do that on the side and do it outside of the building. And I'm all about having fun and doing social media and all that. I definitely am. But man, it has no business on the field. It has no business in the locker room, period. That's just my opinion. Quadzilla, what is the plan at center? And if it is in the draft, how can we be sure? How can you be sure your guy will be there and he'll be ready to start week 1? That's an issue, man. That's the problem. You're not going to be able to be sure, and the Steelers aren't going to be able to be sure. You're going to have to really trust in your evaluation of your players that you're going to pick, man. Really trust your big board. You're really going to have to look at these guys individually and break down their game and really think to yourself, is this the guy that we are going to trust week 1 of the 2024 season to snap the ball for the Pittsburgh Steelers and can do that throughout the year? And you know how rookies get sometimes too with the length of the season, the amount of games, how hard it is to play in the trenches of the NFL, how physical it is, how demanding it is just on your body in general, your mentals, all that stuff. How are you going to figure out if this guy is capable of doing that if you draft a guy in round 1 like a Jackson Powers Johnson, or you reach for a guy maybe later you go move up for Zach Frazier, which I wouldn't call a reach. That was the wrong choice of words. But Zach Frazier in round 2, you get a Van Pran or somebody like that. How do you know that they're even going to be there when it's time for you to pick? That's the good question too. There's several center needy teams in front of you. But if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're just going to have to watch the runs, watch the board, figure it out. If you got to make a move and you're really confident in a guy like Jackson Powers Johnson and you feel like trading up would be the best option for you to get him to fill that need, then I guess you pull the trigger if you're Omar Khan. I don't foresee that Jackson Powers Johnson would be a guy I would trade up for. I would rather take a tackle and try to take my chances and roll the dice later in the draft on day 2 and get a guy like Zach Frazier. I think that would probably make more sense for me. If Jackson Powers Johnson doesn't fall to you and fall into your lap at 20, I don't think that you take him or go and make a big move to trade up, in my opinion. I just don't think that would be wise. I think that would be a bad move. Save your capital, save your resources, because you got holes to fill, and you got a veteran quarterback in Russell Wilson that you need to put weapons around. You have needs, man, and you got to figure that out to where burning draft capital isn't the answer, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe others think differently. Okay. All right. Let's get rid of the douchebag. There we go. Juju only had 260 receiving yards last year. This is from Robert Road, and his knee is a big problem. Yeah, I thought he had some injury stuff, Robert. I wouldn't bring him back. I wouldn't look into that. Mason Cole might be a good at bocce ball. Not a good center. No, he's freaking terrible, dude. He rolls the ball to the quarterbacks. He causes the play to just be disrupted instantly. And when that's a consistent thing, week after week after week, and it was blatantly ignored, in my opinion, by the coaches. You don't hear Mike Tomlin saying, well, the offense failed a little bit this week because Mason Cole couldn't get the damn ball to the quarterback and caused total disruption the whole game by either making them have to jump over their head to get it, go down low to dig it out of the dirt, just shit like that, missing blocks all the time. He had a really poor season, and the Steelers had high hopes for that guy. So Pittsburgh is not getting that 49er receiver. That's from Sam Mason. What's up, sleeping lady? Yeah, but I don't know about Aiyuk. I just don't foresee Omar Khan ever doing that. The price is too high, guys. And I know those are flashy. Those are big, big moves to where they're exciting for the fan base. They're exciting to hear about and talk about. But you have to look at the long-term ramifications. You would have to sign and trade this guy instantly. You would have to figure out a new deal, and he's going to cost you $20 million plus a season. period. It's just what it's going to be. And you're going to give up draft capital. It's just how it's going to have to be. And you're going to lose out on that deal probably in the long run. Brandon Aiyuk is a special player. He's a quality guy, man, on the field. I don't know anything about him like personally outside of football. I have not followed him greatly, but I'm just saying you're going to pay dearly for it. And are you prepared to do that when you have a guy that's going to be a potential superstar, a top 5 wide receiver in George Pickens, if not already going or not already that? You have a guy in Calvin Austin who's speedster. Maybe he develops. You bring in Van Jefferson. Maybe he makes some moves and gets back to that 2021 form. There's options out there. Maybe you bring in a Hunter Renfrow or Tyler Boyd, something. Or maybe you just draft one of these wide receivers out of this super deep class of wide receivers. That's probably what it is. That's probably the best. Miss Pittsburgh in the house. What's up? JD, Jason, how do you feel about Graham Barton, center left tackle from Duke? I don't think it's bad. Let's look up some of his stuff while we're gabbing here. Let's just go ahead and look at him a little bit and more in depth. That you bring him up, JD. Make sure I spelled his name right. We'll bring him up here. Graham Barton. There we go. We'll go with Graham Barton's top 3. He's 313 pounds, 6'5", out of Duke. I've only seen him play minimal amounts, JD. I won't lie to you about that. But maybe he is an instant upgrade for some of these teams, that he could potentially be going to. He has shorter arms, 33 inches is what it's looking like here. He places in length in the 29th percentile, according to the mock draftable at worst. Barton is a multi-position talent. Maybe he's a guy that you get later in the draft that could have some position flexibility. That makes sense, JD. It definitely does, man. Maybe like you're looking at guys here, our team's looking for him here that are projected to maybe get him, like Packers, Dolphins, teams like that. I don't see the Steelers with much interest in him or anything, like just rumor mill here, but it wouldn't be a bad pick here. Steelers first round targets are flying up the board. You're seeing guys though like Jackson Powers Johnson, his draft stock's increasing, so these guys could climb up the board is what I'm saying, JD. Guys like this that have flexibility, guys that can do multiple things. Maybe their draft stock increases, as we inch toward that draft day, because that always happens too. So you just never know about these guys. What's up, Skyler? But I like him. We're going to go over. I'm going to try to find more of his stats here too, JD. Skyler Cannon, Cole snapping the ball to a QB is like watching Timmy versus Jimmy. Absolutely. What's up, Tyrone? What's up, man? I'm good. How are you? Sleeping Lady Mason is a good run blocker, though. His snap definitely needs work. From what I watched, I wouldn't say that he was some phenomenal run blocker. That's just my opinion on watching him. Some do say that he is decent. I just didn't like his whole game. It just didn't fit the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then when you add those horrible snaps in there, I don't feel like he's fast enough either, getting out on those pulls. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been always notorious for that. Getting the center out, pulling, and get him out there to do those kick out blocks, et cetera, et cetera. Really being a versatile player. You have to really be athletic to play center in the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. That's what it seemed like through the years. And I just don't think Mason Cole was that guy. I just don't think he fit very well. Pass pro, I really didn't like him. Robert Road, I saw CBS mock that had Barton going in the top 20. Whoa, maybe I'm wrong, man. Like I said, guys, I don't know enough about him. That's why I wanted to look up some of his draft profiles and stuff here. We'll see here. That's crazy. Graham Barton. Yeah, you might be right, man. There's a lot of them. There's so many. I'm looking at so many of these mock drafts, even while we're just here talking. There's so many of them out there. What's good, Joe? 50-47. 33 arms are okay, but 30 to 31 inches is a big problem. Yeah, 29th percentile at 33 inches in length. So, hey, that's one of those things. I'm not all about like all these like measurables and stuff, guys. Except for I don't think really small players work, you know. Once you get into that super small category, I think you have issues. But like regular size, decent sized guys, man, let's watch them play football and see what they got on tape, you know. That's what I think the biggest variable is. And I think they put too much stock into some of this shit at the combine and stuff like that. Some of these drills they run are ridiculous, man, and mean nothing in football, really. Wow, let's watch somebody run around in shorts and do these drills, man. That really tells me how good of a football player you are. No, it doesn't for me anyway. I think there's just too much stock into it. Joshua Shields. Jason, did you see that the Chiefs traded Snead to the Titans for a third and a seventh rounder? I'm just curious if that could keep the Steelers to get someone like Aiyuk, even though I know the price is high. Joshua, I did see that. Man, does that make that back end of the of the Chiefs or of the Titans way better? That secondary with Snead. They had another player that they just got that a lot of people wanted. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But I believe he was another cornerback or safety. But they're definitely shoring that up. And when you add guys like Mason Rudolph, who's a quality leader, I think he could be successful with the Titans. I really, really do, dude. I really do. As far as like Aiyuk or something, I just don't know. I think the price is too high. I really do. But I see what you're saying with Snead. You're getting guys maybe at a more reasonable price here as free agency moves forward, as it gets a little bit longer. Maybe prices do come down. That's kind of how it works. But will that price ever come down enough for it to make sense? That's the real question, you know? Robert Road, you can't measure heart. Claypool had none. Absolutely not. You can't measure that. That's the one intangible, man. Being a team player, keeping your mouth shut, going to work every day, not being a jackass, dude, saying stupid things in the media, just etc. etc. It's like, dude, some of these players, you just want to look at them and say, shut up. Shut up. You are making a fool out of yourself. What's up, Oscar? Once we get our center and right tackle, I don't care what the Steelers do for wide receiver. We just need to get O line solid, or everything will be nothing. Yeah, it will be nothing. Everything will be for nothing, Oscar, because that is the most important part. If you don't win in the trenches, you don't win in the NFL. That's hands down. Period. No question. No question. And the Steelers have, we know they recognize that. We know that they feel the same way as we all are feeling, I'm pretty sure. And they recognize the issues. They just might be looking at the plan a little bit different than we are, because they have intimate knowledge of what they have on the roster, the intimate knowledge of what maybe their plans are moving forward here through free agency to the draft, what maybe possibilities they have being able to acquire different players. Their plan just may be a little bit different than what we're thinking, because we just don't know what's going on yet. Let me get a drink, guys. All right. Don't forget, guys, make sure you hit that like button on this impromptu Saturday show. As we roll along here on Steel City Live, I'm your host, Jason, and welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. So hit that subscribe button for us and join our community of, wow, it is thousands now. Thousands of Steelers fans that are all here talking Steelers and having a good time, man. It's just what we do here. So we're having a good time talking Steelers. Nobody's right or wrong. We're just tossing ideas out. That's what we do here on this channel. So feel free to speak your mind, do what you, or say what you got to say, man. Don't be shy about it. Scholar says, yeah, I think the combine needs a revamp. Make them do drills in full pads and gear like what we will be watching them do on every side. Absolutely. Guys, I'm going to talk to Merrill Hodge about that on April 1st. He had some really stern comments about the draft or about the combine and this process. Merrill went through a totally different type of process, probably, back when he was drafted. But I've been watching some of the things that he did on ESPN and stuff like that, I believe. I think it might even been NBC, one of those. But he was on there and he was talking. And he was just saying about how some of these drills are just absolutely worthless and mean nothing, and there's too much stock put into them. And you're seeing guys fly up draft boards, man, and really get, higher draft stock put on them because of what they do in these drills. And it's silly, and it's backfired so many times. Like Scholar said, you got to see people play football, man, period. And if I'm not seeing you play actual football, I don't give a shit you can run a 4.240. Okay, great, you're fast. I know people that don't run 4.4 or 4.240s on a track like that guy, like that setting in a track meet type setting. But I know when they're on the football field, they have football fast speed. They got football speed when people are chasing them and they're running for their life. They kick it into a different gear. I've seen people like that. I've seen people that look like turds, man, during practice and drills and things like that. But when you line everybody up 11 on 11 and the pads are cracking, they just become different, man. They're different ball players. They're a different person altogether, man. And you need to see that. You need to see that variable. And doing drills isn't going to get you that. I don't care that somebody can bench press something 100 times, man. Okay, you're strong. We get it. But can you do football? Can you do the technique of football? It's just so different, man. I just don't get it. Maybe there's some good drills. Maybe there's some good info that comes out of it. Okay, yes, we need to know how fast you can be. We need to know how strong you can be. Okay, we get that. But I want to see you hit somebody. I want to see you run from a tackler if you're an offensive skill player. I want to see the moves you put on somebody. I want to see how you can, in pads, go up and catch something of football because it's a lot different with shoulder pads, tight jerseys, helmets on. It is far different, man. It definitely is. Robert Road, this channel has grown big time. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, definitely has as of late. I think Noel was the first to call the combine the underwear Olympics. Absolutely. That's a good way to put it, Robert. Chuck Noel was a smart man. Actually, really smart man. Let's keep going here. Sleeping Lady, do you think Fehoko can play? Braden Frioko, yeah, we got him back. I think he can play. We'll see. Just see how he grows, man. It's just one of those players that, are just inching along. We'll see how that development goes. And hopefully he becomes better and better and better. That's just all you can hope for with a player like him. Skylar, I don't even care about the combine. I watch highlights and games on them to get my idea. I don't give two shits about PT, basically. Exactly. That's what I try to do is watch highlights. Just go onto YouTube and type in highlights. I will warn though about this, and I've been noticing something on YouTube, and it just popped into my head, and it's not football related, but kinda, maybe, somewhat. You see these channels that are like pirates, man. They'll be like from a foreign country or whatever, but they'll put like our American football, and they'll put like first take clips. For the first 15 minutes, it's first take with Skip and Keyshawn and all them, or they'll do something else with Stephen A or something, and you're watching it through, and then all of a sudden it comes on with somebody knitting and making beaded necklaces, talking in a language I've never heard, or that kind of shit, stealing like content like that. Guys, pay attention to the name that you're clicking on, like the channel. You'll see the name of it. Make sure you're paying attention to that, and don't give those people's clicks and watches and views and things like that. You're making people money that are stealing content and conning you into watching something that isn't even it's not even their stuff. It's totally just ridiculous. So don't do that. Don't watch that stuff. Let's keep going. Oscar, Jason, do you know if the NFL banned the hip tackling? If they do, they are going to turn this game into flag football. No, I don't think they did. The NFL Players Association doesn't even want them to ban that, guys. Yeah, like Oscar's saying, you got to let these players play. And when you add too many layers, too many rules, too many things to think about, you're adding injury to the game. And I'm a firm believer in that. When a player has to think about 10 different things before they go in for a tackle in terms of what rule they're going to break, you're adding a layer that you're setting it up for disaster. One, you're going to probably create more injuries. Two, what Oscar says, you're taking the physicality out of the game. You're going to turn it into flag football. You're going to make it a watered down product that just eventually becomes something that becomes unbearable to watch. That's what happens. You ruin things by tampering with it way too much. Yes, change is good. Growth is good. But you don't just continually mess with your product constantly for no reason in weird ways. It just makes me crazy. You have a good thing. Leave it alone. Leave the physicality in the game. Don't take it away. Uh, Hodel Trino. Sorry, buddy. I couldn't read your name right. Bro, I told you Justin Fields was coming home. Okay, man. He's here. You got him for cheap, bro. You were right. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I thought the price wasn't going to be a 6th-round pick. Now, if you'd have told me, hey, Justin Fields is on the market and it's for a 6th-round pick, then I would have said, you're probably right. Justin Fields is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. There's a good chance. But whenever the asking price was 1st round or 2nd round or multiple picks, like that was the rumors, no way in hell would I have ever thought that. But you were right. Paranormal in the Funhouse. What's up? Dominic G. How do you feel about Kenny going to the Eagles? Good riddance, man. You want out? Get out. Don't run your mouth and say you want out. Don't cry like a baby. Don't. That tells me, though, something about Kenny Pickett, and I don't care what anybody says about it. One thing it tells me about Kenny Pickett is you're not a competitor. Point blank, period. Don't want to hear any of the excuses. I don't want to hear he works hard. He does this. You're not a competitor, dude. There was competition brought in. I don't care what was said to you. Even if they said, Russell's going to be the starter, Kenny, you're going to have to fight your ass off to even make it, to be the second, to be the backup. Hey, we're going to go out and get Justin Fields. You're going to have to fight even harder. To one out of your rookie deal, to one out of there that bad, and you shy away from competition that bad, it shows me that you're not a character guy. You're not a man of character in my eyes. Just point blank period to me. I think that I don't want guys like that. Just is what it is. Paranormal and Funhouse. I come across those videos all the time. Absolutely, don't click on those guys. Those are weak, man. Yes, no doubt, Skylar. Robert Road. I keep getting those BS feeds, and now I just put don't recommend. I report those weird videos like that where people are stealing others' content. I report it because I know what I put into this, and I put a lot of time, energy, my own money, things of that nature to make a product that I hope people like and enjoy and want to see and want to view. And I enjoy talking to you guys, and like I want to keep you guys coming back. And then it's like you see people out there stealing content, and it's like, nah, dude. I just know what kind of work goes into it. And you're looking at these major productions, that's lots of work, man. It's just very shady and shitty. Who do you think the first string quarterback will be? Russell Wilson. Or Wade, what's up? Robert Road, the league with all these rules is getting to be a joke. I am waiting for the day where there's a penalty for illegal eye contact. Amen, man. No doubt. It is just getting weak with some of this stuff, and it turns you off sometimes. I have to really think to myself sometimes, like, damn, do I even want to watch this? There's a pass interference penalty every freaking snap. There's a roughing the passer penalty every time the quarterback gets touched. Damn, this isn't football. This isn't the football I remember from years of watching it. It's just gradually become weak, man. And I hope it starts to go back in the other way, where defense means something again. I just really miss that. Sorry, I didn't catch what you said about others posting someone's content. How do you know if it... you'll see their name, JD. Look at, the channel name, and it'll be like... Shim Ho Kung or whatever. That's what I mean. I'm not even trying to joke or down anybody, but that's what it'll say. It'll be like Zhang Ho or whatever. I don't know. Somebody from China or Singapore or wherever. They're taking American football. They're putting it on their channel. And it's channels or it's media that really is popular, that people really watch, that's on national shows, And they'll put that as their first 10, 13 minutes of their content. And then all of a sudden it clicks to little Jung Ho weaving a basket or making a beaded necklace and saying some crazy shit. And that's just stealing. That's pirating content. So just watch. Just look for the name. Volunteers, not hostages. Absolutely, guys. That was from Skylar. Dominic G. Justin Fields was given to the Steelers borderline for free. I mean, come on, 6th-round pick next year. Absolutely. It was basically for free. And it makes you wonder. If you're the Bears, I'd have rather had Justin Fields be the backup quarterback to Caleb Williams. I mean, than give him away for a 6th-round pick. I mean, let him walk then after that. Why would you give him away? What's a 6th round pick going to do for you if you're the Chicago Bears? I don't understand. I mean, I don't get it. It's just kind of crazy to me. What's their thought process? Are they really that stupid? But anyway, I mean, it benefited my team. I'm cool with it. Paranormal in the Funhouse. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're from the other countries. Yeah, it's just weird, Paranormal. I don't know. I just wanted to warn you guys about it. I don't like that. And it's cool. I don't care if, but make it original content. Clip it. Make it like talk about it. Do something different. Don't just put that content out there and act like it's yours. That's what I'm saying. I think Kenny had lost the locker room last year and definitely lost a lot of the locker room. And maybe that's what he did think, that it wasn't a winning situation for him. But it's kind of cowardly to ask to be out when you're not even completed your rookie deal. You're not even a real veteran yet. You got to get off that rookie contract before you start making demands. It's like anything. Pay your damn dues before you start being a diva and a whiner. It's just my opinion, Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is good for him to get out. I don't know. But I just think it's weak. Miss Pittsburgh with the emojis. Absolutely. We're going to do some more. We're going to update some more emojis. I found some really cool ones. We're going to update and add some more cool ones for you guys to use. JD, okay, got it. Yeah, dude, it was just weird, buddy. Robert Road, maybe they are not da Bears. Da Bears. Yes, they are da Bears, bro. It makes you wonder about them, man. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. This is the show Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. Subscribe to the channel if you're not, but hit that like button for us. It's absolutely free. This is an impromptu live show today. I just felt like I had some time and wanted to get on with you guys. I enjoy it so much. And it's so cool that regular people that are always here popped up right away. That's really cool that you guys just pop right in, man. I love it. Dominic G. Kenny is never going to see the field on the Eagles. No, barring catastrophic injury to Jalen Hurts. Hopefully that don't happen. But Kenny put himself in a more difficult situation because Jalen Hurts is never going to be benched for Kenny Pickett. Let's be honest about that. Jalen Hurts is a franchise quarterback. He's got his team to a Super Bowl. He's proven his worth, and he's gotten paid like that. And the Eagles, I'm hoping, are well aware of what they have in Jalen Hurts, and hopefully they would never get into that type of quarterback controversy there, which I highly doubt would ever happen. Robert Rhodes says he'd keep the Bears' phone number on speed dial. Me too, dude. Me too, because they make dumbass moves. They got us Joey Porter Jr. for a dumbass Chase Claypool, and now they gave us Justin Fields for a bag of peanuts and a pass to the merry-go-round, at Kennywood. That's what they gave him away for. Basically nothing. Paranormal in the Funhouse, always glad to be here. Anything new today? Any news on the Steelers or just around the NFL and free agency in general? Nothing new. It's been kind of quiet, man. I'm still seeing Cameron Sutton is still on the run. It's starting to make me wonder about him. We'll talk about that in a second here. Epic Expedition. Sean, I text you, homeboy. I was going to ask you to come on with me, but you must have been sleeping. Sean worked last night, so we were going to mess with our mics and stuff. I was going to get you on. I got the headset that's going to be used for our shows when we're together, Sean. I tried to use it, but it was back feeding into my ears without having somebody on the other side. So we'll have to play with it, man. We'll see. David Lukinson, Kenny refuses to recognize the facts of his performance or the reality, his non-elite position. Yeah, dude, his performance, yes, he had that fourth quarter, good times at the end of the games. He did a couple things good. But he was winning off the back of that defense. He put the defense in bad situations a lot, got it beat up, couldn't control the clock, no anticipation, happy feet, horrible statistics, some of the worst ever in the NFL by a starting quarterback. It's just horrible. And he didn't own up to that. He thought that Kenny Pickett was cream of the crop type shit, man. It's like, buddy, you haven't proven anything. You haven't. And when your numbers are as low as they are, what do you want people to do? Clap for you and say, yes, we want you back so bad. We love you. We're not going to look for any other opportunity to be better. Bullshit. This is the NFL, man. We're looking to win, and we're looking to win now. We're not looking to have somebody that is a liability. Kenny Pickett needs to realize that, and I hope he does. I hope maybe this move to the Philadelphia Eagles makes him realize that. Did Snead really get traded? Yes, he did to the Tennessee Titans, which makes the Tennessee Titans defensive secondary starting to look pretty good down there, guys, in Tennessee. They're putting together a roster. Look out for the Titans next year. Scholar Cannon, every time I look around, my team is stealing my grandma's lunch money. Yeah, the Steelers do steal people's shit, man. They rob people. Guys, just look at the Patrick Queen signing. He was projected at like 18 to 20 million dollars in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look what they signed him for. What, 13 million a year or something like that? Crazy. JD, I was looking up why your mic cracks when you elevate your voice, but only when you have someone on with you. Yeah, that's why I got these headphones because I'm thinking it's back feeding. We're working on that. It's kind of, we're learning this tech stuff though as we go. But like you see here, guys, reinvesting back into the show. It's just going to keep getting better and better and better. And hopefully, Sean's also doing that, which is really, really cool. Sean spent his own money also building up his stuff, doing all that, which is a big help to me. So that's very, very appreciated on my end. So we're trying, man. I got some soundboards. We're going to try to start going on multiple platforms at one time. We're going to definitely try to grow as we move on here. All right, paranormal in the funhouse. Since we didn't get him, does that mean that we might be looking at free agent wide receivers before the draft? I just don't think the price is there. I think there's just trading wise. I think you could still there's a chance to get a Boyd or Renfro, something like that. The guy from the Lions. I still think that there's a chance one of those things happen. But he's that guy from the Lions. Somebody give me his name. I can't remember. But he's going to meet with the Ravens, and I don't think he'll get out of that building. Levi D. You think Matt Canada ruined Kenny? No, I don't think Matt Canada ruined Kenny. I think Kenny's ruining Kenny. Matt Canada maybe contributed, but he wasn't the sole reason. Absolutely not. Kenny's lack of anticipation, lack of vision, lack of pocket presence, that kills him alone. And even when Matt Canada was the offensive coordinator, guys, I can show you all 22 tape all day long of Pickett, Kenny Kittenmittens missing wide open wide receivers down the field. I can show it to you in hundreds of examples, and I'm not even elaborating on that. The guy started 24 games, appeared in 25 of them, and I can show you several opportunities each game that Kenny Pickett missed wide open wide receivers, and it's hard to watch. It definitely is. Let's see. Dominic, honestly, I'm not mad we traded Deontay Johnson. He was really not that good in 2022 and had 0 touchdowns. And last year he had like 4 or 5. Yeah, he went like 600 and some days without a touchdown. Everybody blamed the quarterbacks for it. But when does Deontay take some of the blame? Guy that gives 0 effort and watches a fumble and watches it and walks off the field pouting like a crybaby. And we're going to just use the excuse of, it's just wide receivers. They're just divas. They're just divas. No, bullshit. You're not a team player, Deontay. Go on somewhere else. You asked to be out. Go down Carolina and enjoy playing with Bryce Young. Paranormal and Funhouse, they kept saying we would get Snead, but guess not. No, that was a rumor, yeah. I've seen it many times too. But hey, it is what it is. Sleeping Lady, our schedule looks hard this year. We may be lucky to go 10-7. You're right. It is a tough schedule. It's going to be a brutal year, man. And we'll see how the Pittsburgh Steelers are able to weather that storm. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully things take shape for the Steelers. Sleeping Lady also says, hopefully Russ can get our offense going early. Yeah, the Steelers got to, guys. This is the thing. When you have a defense like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have, like the Steelers had last year to start the year, if you have an offense that can average 24 to 25 points a game, you're going to be a winner, man. You're going to win a shit ton of games because of that defense. You're going to be able to keep them off the field, let them rest, let them be healthy, not getting them beat up, not putting them in compromising situations. That's going to help greatly. Another thing that's going to help out your defense greatly is not having a punter that punts the ball 20 yards consistently. That's going to help out also. Not getting put with your backs against the wall where the other team's starting on their 45-50 every time, that was bad. Presley Harvin hurt this football team last year, and it wasn't emphasized enough by Mike Tomlin just how bad he did. Armand St. Brown. No, that wasn't him, Scholar. It's a different guy. That's a free agent. Paranormal. Who would you like? DJ Clark, Renfro, Michael Gallup, or Tyler Boyd out of those receivers? I think Boyd fits best, in my opinion. I like DJ though. Oscar Mason Rudolph had the same scheme and the same players and put up triple digit points back to back. That's not a coincidence. Absolutely, man. And that shows exactly what we're all saying, not just me, what we're all saying about Kenny Pickett. When there's a guy that can come in and do what two other quarterbacks couldn't do in the same exact offensive scheme, there's an issue somewhere, and it isn't with the scheme as much as some of the players. Yes, the scheme was poor. We'll give them that, but that's probably 20% of it. Robert Road. Renfro played 17 games last year and only had 255 receiving yards. He is small, not fast, and very injury prone. Unless it is for vet minimum, I would take a hard pass on him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe is that his environment in the Raiders? I don't know. I thought he played well when he first came into the league, so I didn't really follow him last year, Robert, either. I got to look up more of his stats. I haven't wanted the Steelers to really get him that badly. I'd rather have a Boyd, one of those guys. But, I mean, if you had to, yeah, that minimum would be really cool. Stephen Carpenter, what's up? Steel City Live, weekend edition. Hit that like button. Absolutely, man. And let's weld, everybody. It's Russell Wilson would say. Mark Malone, what's up? Clank Johnson couldn't break a tackle or outrun anyone. He was all right speed wise, but man, no, he runs backwards. I ain't never seen a dude as dumb as Deontay Johnson. I gotta just say it. I've been honest about it before, man. I think he's an idiot. I think he's a complete moron. DJ, yeah, Scholar. I like DJ. I think it would be all right. Paranormal DJ Shark just got interviewed on a podcast yesterday. Watch it. See what he says about the Steelers. He said something about us missing him in the draft. Oh, maybe. I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. So there's maybe he would be interested in us. Some Ravens fans claim he would go there. Yeah, he's going to visit the Ravens first, and I don't think they let him out of the building. But we'll see. All right, guys. Let's hit that like button as we continue through this, as Steven put it, weekend edition of Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, and we are grinding through yet another live show. This is our 6th live show of the week. It's pretty cool. We're doing it pretty much every day, man. It's becoming like an everyday thing. We'll see. I normally don't do it on the weekends, though. I just thought it would be cool to do it because I had time. The kids are all playing their video games upstairs. My wife's working today at the hospital, and it's just like, well, hey, why not? It's Steel City Live, man. It's the best damn show on the internet. So hit the shit out of the like button and subscribe, man. Let's talk about this Cameron Sutton thing, guys. He's still on the run. That's starting to really worry me here. Do you guys think maybe something happened to this dude? Do you think maybe like he did something to himself or what, man? I just don't understand it. As of 9:20 a.m., this was, when was this? This is a tweet. As of 9:20 a.m., he had still not turned himself in. Let me look at this, guys, just to see. As of 9:20 a.m., Lions cornerbacks Cameron Sutton still hasn't turned himself in on the warrant for domestic battery by strangulation per Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. And that was March 21st at 9:22 a.m. What's today? Today's the 22nd or 23rd. So that was old, guys. I'm not seeing anywhere that he has turned himself in. It just makes you wonder, man. Did this guy do something to himself or something? Scholar. I wouldn't either. DJ Shark can fly. Lamar just might get another MVP with Shark and Flowers. One good thing about Lamar is he won't be good in the playoffs. Well, he may be okay, but his team won't succeed. It's just Lamar. He ain't going to win a championship. I've often said that. George Teston, need a welder emoji on the Mic Drop Sports. Yes, we do. Yes, good idea, George. Good idea. We are going to do that. Paranormal in the Funhouse. Maybe he had too many concussions. I don't know what. No, that's just a guess. Maybe CTE now, or maybe we don't know the whole story yet. I don't know, dude. It's just weird to be missing for that long and nobody to be able to find you, especially with technology and shit today. It's just weird. Xavier Howard, the corner from Miami, is still out there. He was a stud and got paid in the past. I don't know how his medicals are, but maybe they should at least talk to him. I think that would be a good idea. Robert, you remember, I think years ago, you remember the talk of Xavier Howard around the Minka Fitzpatrick time coming to the Steelers. I do remember that. Mark Malone, Sutton bought a new white Ford Bronco a while back. He's feeling his inner OJ. Yeah. I don't want to. Man, I shouldn't have laughed about it. I hope he didn't do nothing to himself. That's kind of crazy. That's what I was thinking about, Cam. My sister is a doctor. Oh, that's cool, Robert. She could give us some good insight then. JD, things are looking bad for him. He may be scared to face things. He may be scared, but this is a really odd, guys, being missing that long. Scholar, not Ravens fan, but I can respect their players. I can respect their players. I think Lamar Jackson is an excellent regular season quarterback, but he's just that regular season quarterback. You got to have a guy in the pocket, passing, standing tall, anticipating, doing those types of things inside of the playoffs, or you just don't win. It's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong one day. Maybe a running quarterback will one day win a Super Bowl, but not so far. There's Sean, Skyler. We read that one. Paranormal in the Funhouse. Hopefully he and his family is all okay, whatever the situation is. Absolutely. It is sad, guys. I wish he would turn himself into Miss Pittsburgh. Guys, shit happens. Face the music. Face it. Just deal with it. And I know it could be bad, man. I read some of the police report stuff, and I don't think it sounds very good for Cam. I think it paints him in a very bad light. But I hope for the man, Cam, I hope that he can turn himself in and face this and figure out what the heck went on. Hopefully it wasn't what they're saying. Hopefully this all got blown out of proportion. I just hope he didn't do something to himself. Nothing's worth like offing yourself, man. It's just not. Nothing is that bad. Face the music, work through your issues, and just deal with what you got to deal with, man. Everybody faces very, very hard times, man. Everybody has very tough situations in life, and you can't run from it. I know I've learned that in my past. You can't run from things. You have to face the music, handle your business, and just get it dealt with. Miss Pittsburgh, how come he ain't went to go see his attorney yet? Because his attorney would have made him turn himself in, so he don't have an attorney. Yeah, I don't think nobody has heard from him. He shut his phone off and everything. That's what's crazy. No, Pat Mahomes ain't a running quarterback. He's a pocket guy. He'll run if he has to, but that's what I'm saying. You want a quarterback that can run when you have to, not just because it's a design. I don't want to. I'm not designing quarterback runs. I think it's foolish. If you have to run, run. I don't know. I'm not on board with it. I just think a quarterback position needs to be more of that pocket passer, a distributor of the football, getting it to your playmakers. That's what I think needs to be done if you're the quarterback. I think Russell Wilson will be excellent at that this year. I think that that's what the stage of his career. He's going to look to facilitate the football to his playmakers. He's not going to look to carry the team. He'll take the big shots when he has to. He'll stand in there, not be afraid. He'll run the play action. Hopefully he'll be able to throw into the middle of the field, fingers crossed. But you can't just be like, oh, I'm putting the team on my shoulders. I'm taking off and running. That's not my style quarterback. I may be wrong. Others might like it, you know? I just feel that way. There's other NFL players that done way worse that rebuilt their career and still played. Not saying what he did is good at all, but just as an example, other players have done a lot worse that I can see them with a career still. Look at Ray Rice when he punched his wife in the face. That destroyed his career. Strangling somebody, I don't know. That's pretty up there, you know. That's pretty high up on the idiot chart. So we'll see. No one, Mahomes being a running quarterback. Abusers are cowards. That is all. Yeah, absolutely, man. You don't abuse nobody. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. You don't abuse anybody. You don't treat anybody bad, man. we can all have different differences. We can all argue back and forth about like stuff like this or have disputes with your spouse or whatever, man. You never take it to a physical level. You never try to hurt anybody on purpose, man. You never just try to be that dude or that lady. You just don't. There's no reason for it, man. None. And I'm not no softy or anything like that. I'm just saying there's no reason to treat people with disrespect, man. None. We don't know for sure what he did. No, the strangulation thing is kind of where I'm getting hung up on. That's just kind of tops up there, you know. Ray Rice now, if I'm not mistaken, helps other people for making the same mistakes he did. So, but yeah, strangulation serious. I guess we'll find out sooner rather than yeah. Ray Rice, though, I'm talking when you were talking about the career. He never got his career back on track. He was never able to do that, and that was the thing. What's up, Steeler Wade? What's up, Pittsburgh Reels? I got to meet Jalen Warren the other day. That's awesome, dude. Where'd you meet him at? Nothing, Steeler Wade. Just got on to bullshit a little bit. About to wrap it up here. About 6 more minutes. Yeah, Rick, we're going to delete that, buddy. We don't talk politics here at all. That is a subject that we will not be speaking about. It's just not cool. We don't need to speak about politics. We're here to talk football. Whatever political things are going on in the world today, cool. But that is for another channel, for another person that's more that's well versed in it. And I appreciate you, Skylar, for saying that. Guys, I appreciate, though, you guys always watching the chat. And if something's going on, you guys are saying something. I am going to find another moderator, too. If you're interested in being a moderator, make sure you email us at micdropsports.com. I'm going to add one more. It's micdropsports@yahoo.com. If you're interested, and there's several people that are interested, I'll put names in a hat and just pick one. And we'll see. But I am going to add one more because it's hard for Sean and I to do it. Just by ourselves. Thanks, Steeler Wade Show. Thanks, Jason. That's right. Yeah, man, no doubt. Where'd you meet him at Pittsburgh Grills? That's pretty cool. Oh, a hockey game. It was a meet and greet. That's neat, man. That's really cool. I'm glad you got to meet him. Did you get an autograph? Mixon did the same thing as Rice while he's in college. He is lucky that he even played in the NFL. Absolutely. He punched the shit out of that lady. I don't know what the reasoning was behind that, but that was crazy too. That's just nuts to me. Just super nuts to me. All right, guys, we're going to start winding this down at the 60-minute mark here. We're about 56 minutes into the live show here on Steel City Live. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Send this show through the YouTube algorithm here on our Saturday special edition of Steel City Live, only brought to you on Mic Drop Sports. And you can tune in every day for our daily uploads also. And we're growing every day, man, and it has become thousands of people, and we're really enjoying it, and I love it, man. You guys that are always on the channel, I really, really appreciate all your comments and everything like that, because that is super fun. Pittsburgh Grills, no, but I got a picture with him. That's neat, man. That's neat. Post it in our community section. Let everybody see you. Ravens, and that's from Shadir, 1983. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but Skylar Cannon, no, I'm good on that. I don't like feeling like a goalie. Yeah. Whoever's interested, though, put your name in there. Email us at micdropsports@yahoo.com. We are going to pick one more moderator, so if anybody's interested in doing it, just throw me an email. Have a great weekend, George. You too, man. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Lewis Suggs Reed. Ravens suck the Go Dukes. Hey, George. Okay, Jason Gang, have a good one. Yeah, guys, have a good one. I'm going to wrap this up. It was really cool to get on with you guys on a Saturday. It's definitely different. Thanks, Miss Pittsburgh. Good to see you. Number one fan. Miss Pittsburgh, the mic drop mascot, man. Miss Pittsburgh's our lady. There you go. Hey. All right, guys. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Make sure you turn your notification bells on. Hold on. Let me delete one more person so I can put them in timeout for a long time. Bye-bye. All right. But, yeah, make sure you turn your notification bell on. That way when we do these impromptu shows, it pops up for you guys, and we'll do it. Hey, anytime, Steven. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it so much. All right, man. I'm going to wrap this up. And this is Mike Drop Sports. This is show Steel City Live. I'm Jason. Until maybe tomorrow, I'll do a video. If not, on Monday, we'll have our daily upload and our live show. Until then, peace, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. See you guys.